21-17, 21-11. On the other hand, the Swiss had a bye straight into these quarterfinals, and that's a decent way to start off a match, Rich. Just a big booming ace down the seam.
Yeah, you said it, and I agree with you that defensively, one of the best teams in the world, this Swiss duo. But there is no part of the game that this #1 team in the world doesn't do well, and Duda really showing her serving prowess right out of the gate.
2 aces, 1 air. That's a good ratio, especially when you start off the match with back-to-back aces. And Anna Patricia, well, she didn't have to do anything. Just hanging out at the net. And so we'll see how these teams play one another. They're very familiar with each other. Played each other 5 times thus far in just the last 2 seasons. And they're going right at Duda. And Duda is coming out firing, Rich. I love when Duda starts out matches aggressive and physical like this. Sometimes it seems that she sort of needs to wake up into it. And she's awake.
Yeah, I think those are really the only times in my mind that this team gets in any kind of trouble is when they take that sort of like pull out just enough to get the job done approach. You know, I'm obviously labeling that however I see it in my mind. I don't know that they actually think that. But when Duda in particular is aggressive offensively, I think they're next to untouchable.
Nina taking the heat from Duda on that one. Set a little bit too far inside, but that is no problem for Anna Patricia, who comes out with a big swing of her own.
In our last match, Tina and Anastasia versus, wow, Duda.
3 aces now for Duda in just 4 serves as Brazil jumps out to a 5-2 lead, and we've hardly even seen the ball in play. Only 1 time has the ball been put in play as Duda racks up 3 aces, a handful of service errors in our first 7 points. Service pressure stays on Tanya Huberli. And what a turn that is from Anna Patricia just to keep it alive. Well done from Tanya putting it away.
Yeah, really nice play there from Huberli to take care of that. Duda serving interrupted my own train of thought. That was our last match, Brazil versus Latvia. We were talking about kind of not having an imposing physical presence. Well, this match will be the direct opposite of that. Huberli and Anna Patricia, very physical presences at the net.
And Duda staying physical, sending that one just wide. It was the right swing. He sent it a bit wide as Brunner and Huberli patiently working their way back into this match. Angle blocks again the call. And there's an ace serve from Nina Brunner. Doesn't need the big booming jump serve from Duda, but the sizzling float to the deep seam.
Great patience from the Swiss girls. I mean, 3 aces already for Duda, as you mentioned, and they've already leveled the score here early.
Set drifts a little bit far outside, and Duda sends that one wide. So that's error, ace, error for Brazil. And Switzerland jumps right back into the lead at 6-5.
Excellent job not letting the aces derail them.
Odd start to this match so far, Rich, where it's either been an ace or an error for the most part from both teams.
Yeah, it's feast or famine early on here.
Service pressure stays on Huberli, and not technically an ace, but I'm giving Anna Patricia the ace for that one. More trouble in serve receive as Brazil now retakes the lead at 7-6.
Yeah, those are those kind of plays that don't really show up on the stat sheet, right? I mean, that's kind of a service winner or something, but just as good as an ace. Ooh.
And that one goes just long. That is a good leave from Tanya as the feast or famine, as you so aptly described it, continues. Ace or error, either on offense or in serve receive. 7-7, and we've had 1 rally, 2 rallies.
Maximum.
Another ace. It's another ace. Pile them up, ladies. Ball's put in play this time. Nina Brunner getting her first dig of the match. Set is well outside the antenna. Anna Patricia, excellent handwork putting that block away.
Yeah, that's probably a little bit of a mistake in transition, that set, not giving Nina too many options against the big block.
Duda continues firing and continues acing. Another one. 4 aces for Duda in just 9 points for Brazil.
Did you write down what's the maximum number of aces we've ever seen in a single set? Because I think we're already at 6 here, 17 points in.
Almost another, if not for some magnificent passing from Nina Brunner. It'll be an opportunity in transition for Duda. And again, she stays physical, and again, she's rewarded. As the seesaw continues, Brazil pushing the lead back to 2.
And again, staying aggressive almost always pays dividends.
Another error for Duda. The risk more than worth the reward at the moment. 4 aces for Duda alone. Service pressure remains on Duda. Set is a bit tight, and it should go the way of Switzerland, and it does as Duda careens into the net. Switzerland now ties it yet again at 10s.
Unfortunately, no harm, no foul on that little collision under the net.
More out-of-system passing from Duda. It'll be another opportunity for Nina Brunner. Transition set is a little bit better this time. And Patricia plays the out ball. And the big block from Tanya Huberli. How about that move into the line from Tanya, sealing the line for an 11-10 lead for Switzerland.
Smothering. And I mean, I'm not sure that we would necessarily call this well played thus far, halfway through the first set, but it is intriguing because it's merry-go-round on the scoreboard.
It's certainly not the way you'd think that this match would be going. So in their previous 5 matchups, according to Beach Data, Anna Patricia and Duda siding out 70% against Switzerland, and Switzerland siding out at 59%. And yet at the moment, the side-out percentages are almost at a dead zero because of all the defensive work and the aces put on by both teams.
Yeah, hard to sort of recover your side-out numbers if 11 points in, 4 of those have been aces against you.
Service pressure has been the name of this match so far. It just seems it's sort of a settling in period, and both of these teams are very familiar with the Elite 16 quarterfinals. This is not a stage that they're unfamiliar with. In particular, Anna Patricia and Duda, who are just at least in the medal rounds in almost every tournament. And so sometimes when it's a new team, you would say nerves, perhaps, but it's just kind of a settling in at the moment for both teams, a bit uncharacteristic in serve receive. Switching pressure now to Tanya Huberli. And Huberli passes the test. Excellent, smart, high-angle shot.
A really good pass to start that off to stay in good offensive rhythm.
Huberli is typically the target when these two teams played. Has received 129 serves to Brunner's just 50. And not an ace. What an effort it was to do just to keep it alive. And Tanya Huberli open net. Good night.
Hammer crossbody. And another tough serve started that whole transaction off.
More trouble in serve receive for Duda. Set outside the antenna. And Duda, another error. Staying physical, sending that one long. And that is going to be a timeout Brazil, as Switzerland, alas, able to sustain some momentum with a 3-point lead.
Craziness continues.
Now, Duda,
yeah, sorry, go ahead, Travis.
in 2023, Duda was voted by her peers as the #2 offensive player of the year, behind only Anna Patricia. She was the #2 server of the year behind Valentina Gottardi. She was the MVP. She was nominated for virtually every category that was to be nominated. To see her play poorly, and she sent a couple balls out of bounds, having trouble in serve receive. Aside from her service pressure, this has been a bit of a struggle for Duda. It's always so strange to watch who has been a girl who's been one of the best players in the world since she was a teenager have a lot of trouble right now with what Switzerland's sending her way.
Yeah, I mean, we saw it a little bit in our match prior to this. Two veterans kind of struggling on the Brazilian side, and Carolina and Barbara, you know, so just shows you everyone can be fallible from time to time. But it is, you get so accustomed to seeing Duda be so good in every aspect of the game that it does shock you when she's off.
Now, she can certainly work her way back into it, especially at the service line where she has been just about perfect, has given Switzerland a lot of trouble. Going with the float serve now. And Brunner, a perfect cut shot just around the block of Patricia Silva.
And you mentioned that Tanya Huberli sees the lion's share of the serves when these two teams square off, and that's kind of a good look at why Brunner can be so frustrating to play against, because she just chops you up.
And the overpass from Patricia leads to the dunk from Tanya Huberli as Switzerland has now taken control of the merry-go-round. And another off pass from Duda. Serve receive continues to be an issue for Brazil. Duda gets away with that one, somehow slipping that one through the block of Tanya Huberli.
Yeah, barely sneaking that between the arms. You know, it's interesting. They last week played a King of the Court event, Duda and Patricia, in Hamburg, Germany, and it felt like serve receive was a little bit of a hiccup for them there as well. It'll be interesting to kind of see if that continues against a tough serving team such as Switzerland.
Patricia almost getting that block, but as you mentioned, Rich, this Swiss team, we mentioned feast or famine a number of times. They are one of the biggest feast or famine teams from the service line I've seen. When they are on, they are dangerous, as it has been an issue for Brazil. And Nina Brunner almost shoveling that one into the net. Excellent angle, wrist away swing from Duda. But the pressure's now on Brazil. They need to find a way to earn points. Now, earning points has not been a huge issue for either team at the moment.
A little different when you're in the hole by 3, though, and you're chasing. That added pressure makes it tough to feel completely relaxed from the service line like we saw Duda at the beginning of this match.
Another missed serve from Switzerland, giving Brazil a freebie. Patricia having some words with someone. She's still enjoying herself out there. They're going back to Huberli. And Huberli just continues to be so consistent on the offensive end. Switzerland staying in control.
Yeah, you see that good pass allows her to get that nice wide angle of approach, so she can kind of come in hard into the angle, which, you know, we know she likes to thump hard cross court, but then that opens up the nice roll over the top as well.
And that's another ace serve. The short serve at Duda's line goes for another ace as we inch closer to our unofficial ace record in a single set.
Yeah, I wonder if those shadows aren't a little bit more of a factor than maybe we thought.
It's a trippy visual as Huberli continues to serve sort of on that shadow line. Now Nina Brunner for the set, and Nina Brunner has it. 21-15 opening set win for Switzerland. That, Rich, when Duda starts out a match with back-to-back aces and 4 in her first 5 serves, wouldn't have expected a 21-15 Swiss win.
It was a 5-2 Brazil side change after 7 points and about 45 seconds into the match, it seemed like. And then Switzerland came back with an excellent response and kind of took the baton and ran with it through the finish line.
For a team that I think there's no question that Patricia and Duda would be regarded as the best offensive team in the world. And Switzerland, it made them look almost pedestrian in that set, starting at the service line.
Well, yeah, I mean, we very often talk about how important tough serving is in any game plan. You know, getting your opponent out of their comfort zone offensively, so critical if you hope to win matches out here, especially at the Elite 16 level. And Switzerland did that beautifully. Set number 1.
The question is, can you do it again? Nina Brunner and Tanja Huberli, they have never beaten Anna Patricia and Duda. That's the first set that they have taken off them this year. Duda better start to that match as she starts on the left. Interesting little change of pace. Smart shot from Tanja Huberli, getting the and one with Anna Patricia in the net.
Again, it looks so comfortable offensively when you pass the ball as well as Tanya's been passing it so far in this match.
Duda staying on the left. Haven't seen her over there a whole lot. And Tanja Huberli gets the block. Excellent timing, excellent reach from Tanja Huberli as Switzerland continues the momentum into set number 2.
Also a little mini flex down, which I'm always here for.
I added a lot of extra weight yesterday during my lift because I knew that I was commentating with you, Rich. Tanja a bit mixed up at the net. No problem for Nina Brunner. Does Brunner get the wipe on Anna Patricia? No wipe is called, no touch. Good break for Brazil as another good opportunity in transition for Switzerland.
Yeah, that's one you can't really challenge.
Short serve on Huberli. They're mixing up the depths now, and Huberli just continues to play so smart, just poking and hitting all the right shots.
One of those instances, too, that we kind of talk about momentum, right? Switzerland narrowly missing a scoring opportunity to play before. Do they let it turn into a run for Brazil? No, they do not. And that's excellent work from Nina and Tanja.
Earlier this year, Nina and Tanja won their first gold medal as a team on the Beach Pro Tour. Did so at Tepic, and that is another ace. Rack them up.
I'm trying to think if we've seen Duda and Anna Patricia score a defensive point that wasn't an ace in this match so far.
No blocks for Anna Patricia, and I cannot think of a single dig for Duda. That's a good observation, Rich, as they are just feast or famine from the service line. And here's an opportunity. Speak of the devil. And Nina Brunner says, not just yet. Second transition chance incoming for Duda. And it'll be Anna Patricia taking control. Anna Patricia with the option. And as soon as you bring it up, Rich, it's been manifested into a defensive point for Brazil.
I really like to manifest.
And service pressure, the risk has been more than worth the reward for Brazil, as the ideal ratio, Rich, is it 1-to-1, ace to error?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a ratio that you would deal with if you were getting aces on that level. You know, I don't know that anybody's aiming for a certain number of errors, right? But that ratio would certainly be tolerable.
And Switzerland just continues to be models of patience. Going down, no problem. We'll just keep the defensive pressure high as Duda continues to stay a bit out of sorts on the offensive end.
It's an excellent lesson. You know, oftentimes you have to sort of disregard what your opponent's doing and just pay attention to what you can do on your side of the net. Switzerland really doing a fantastic job of that. Can't help that Duda is serving the lights out, but what you can do is stick with your game plan, stay aggressive on your side, and Nina and Tanya doing an excellent job of that right now.
Another earned point. Now Duda switching back to the right as she has shifted from right to left, back and forth again. Better pass this time from Duda. And a big arm from Duda. But one thing, Rich, that Nina Brunner does so exceptionally well, she puts herself in a position to make a touch on almost everything.
Did you see that move right there? How do you go into the full splits and stand up without your hands?
Good work from the strength coaches for Team Switzerland.
That was like, watching Prince on stage where he goes into the split and then just stands right up.
Painful to watch sometimes.
Yeah, it's impressive strength, though, without a doubt.
Nice timing on the move for Switzerland. Just a better fast shot down the line from Duda. The energy just seems a bit flat for Brazil right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think Switzerland seem pretty comfortable with the energy on the court right now. If they can strike while Brazil's kind of in this lull, it'll be a good deal for them.
Back to Brunner they go. Done messing around with Tanya Huberli. And Brunner, does she get a touch? She thinks so.
That did look like it changed trajectory, didn't it?
I thought so. It looked like it pinged a little bit from that back camera angle to the right. And that might be one of those plays where it sort of changes the trajectory and direction of the match. And back-to-back errors from Nina Brunner gives Brazil their biggest lead of this second set at 2.
Now, Switzerland would say that the first one was allegedly an error.
Can Nina Brunner get out of the hole? Set is just a little bit outside. A phenomenal hand dig from Anna Patricia and the burial in transition.
We manifested the defensive point for Brazil earlier, Trev. You may have manifested a little momentum swing in the favor of Brazil here.
Anna Patricia trying to sort of reverse the flat energy at the moment from Brazil. Now, we've seen this a handful of times in this match, and certainly in the first set that we called the merry-go-round. No lead has been safe for Brazil, and Switzerland has been models of patience. You take a 2-point lead, 3-point lead, no problem. We think we're one of the best defensive teams in the world. We'll earn our way back.
Yeah, I don't think the concern is on the side of Switzerland so much as far as how they're going to respond to being in a hole here. It's just that you don't want this Brazilian squad to become re-energized, because then they become a major, major handful.
Another opportunity for Brazil. Open net for Anna Patricia, and the lefty pokey. Beautifully done.
Yeah, so fascinating. I mean, you pointed it out while it was happening, that kind of controversial, was it a touch, was it not a touch call on the shot of Nina Brunner turned into a 4-point run for Brazil.
And Anna Patricia almost makes her first soccer play of the day. She's good for at least 2 per match. She has fun out there. Just that little laugh and smile at the bottom of that, saying, almost had the kick.
Her ability to do that is astounding, too.
She does, and it's instinctual. You can't teach someone to do that. It's just something that she does. I watched her in the first set against Tina Gradina and Anastasia Samoilova of pool play. Twice she passed in serve receive off her chest, and the first one was an absolute dime. And that is an excellent option from Tanya. And another little flex down, Rich, from Tanya Huberli.
Yeah, a little scream, a little flex down. I love it all. Good aggressive swing on 2 from Tanya.
12-9 then. Brazil leads at the technical timeout. Still doesn't really feel as if Brazil has taken control of this match. Just that one little run from Switzerland's the only real hiccup we've seen since the technical timeout of the first set.
Yeah, you got the call that went Brazil's way, followed up by an error, and then some good defensive play from Brazil. And that's really the only difference here. Serving pressure still full tilt from both sides.
Huberli and Brunner put on an impressive display in pool play. Took down Kelly Chang and Sarah Hughes 21-16, 21-11. Took down Laura Ludwig and Louisa Lippmann. Congratulations to them on qualifying for a 5th Olympic Games for Ludwig. And took down Xin Yixia and Chen Xu, the gold medalists in Starya Blanki. So they have had a tremendous tournament already, trying to take it further. Anna Patricia, one of the first times we've seen her get served in this second set. She's ready for it. Duda floating out of the shadows. Set is a bit tight for Nina Brunner, and that is a lovely little dropper.
Yeah, that's a couple of those that we've seen from both defenders. Duda had a short little shot just a couple plays ago, and that one from Nina Brunner. Eluding the defense, pivotal on whether you can vary the depth of your shots.
Missed serve from Tanja Huberli. Service pressure has dropped just a bit in this second set for Switzerland. And another ace serve for Anna Patricia. The service pressure has not dropped for Brazil as the aces continue to pile up. What a pass that is from Tanja. And the double line from Brazil works out, and then the big swing from Anna Patricia in transition. I mentioned at the technical timeout, didn't yet feel like Brazil had grabbed control of the match. Control has been taken.
And they grabbed it here, yeah. Both reading the same book defensively on that play.
What a play that is from Anna Patricia. Doing it on her own right now and sending that one just wide, but another tremendous opportunity for Brazil.
It's crazy to me when you watch Anna Patricia move. When the ball's not in play, it looks kind of labored. But when the ball is in play, she is mobile around the court.
And Duda, the ill-advised, sort of taking it on one. Such a difficult play to stay control, to make the smart play. Sends that one into the net. Good on Tanja Huberli for the initial block.
Yeah, I might mildly disagree with you. I think that was a great decision from Duda. She just missed the execution. Incredible kind of wherewithal to whack that again, because it was open, right?
Was the right shot, just not the right execution. And a good break for Brazil as that serve goes well long from Nina Brunner.
And you said it, the service pressure has eluded Switzerland a little bit of late.
Anna Patricia getting into auto pull mode. Brunner doing a nice job keeping that away from Anna Patricia, because when you hit it anywhere in the vicinity of her hands or her feet, there's a good chance it's coming back up.
I wonder if that appears on the Swiss scouting report. Avoid the limbs of Anna Patricia.
Better serve this time from Tanja, well handled from Duda. And Duda's swing, another error, as Switzerland is just creeping back into this second set.
Duda does seem a little out of sorts, not only from her play, but kind of attitude, demeanor-wise as well.
Oh, what a dig from Nina Brunner. Big chance for Switzerland. It's an open net, and it is taken. 15-17 now is the deficit.
Phenomenal rundown. Excellent touch, excellent set right there.
And you mentioned the attitude and demeanor as Brazil takes a timeout. Still up 17-15. It just seems Sometimes it can seem that Anna Patricia and Duda don't fully check into the building. And the term that we've used a couple times is sort of torture genius. When you're 15-3 on the season, and you have a fifth, a gold, and a fifth, and you're far and away the best team in the world, it's so difficult to just get the best effort from every single person you play. You're the target for every single team, and sometimes it just seems like that can wear on them.
Yeah, I like that framing of it, the torture genius. I mean, they certainly are geniuses out there on the beach volleyball court. And it is difficult to bring it every match you play. You know, I mean, that's kind of why it was so astounding what the Volley Vikings were and have been able to do for so long. It's impressive what the Swedes do.
And out of the timeout, Switzerland earns a point on a fantastic, hard-driven dig from Nina Brunner.
Again, Switzerland's so good at just kind of maintaining their poise, staying the course, even facing a 4-point deficit.
Duda again switching sides. Back to the left she goes, and it is another error on Duda. A 5-0 run from Switzerland ties it at 17.
This is wild, Travis. I don't know that we've ever seen the likes of this from Duda.
This is a first for me. I've never seen her switch sides so many times. Typically a right side player. She's moved from right to left, and another ace from Switzerland. They just continue to rack them up. And Switzerland, once down 16-10, is now up 18-17 into the business end of this second set.
Yeah. Unbelievable stuff from Switzerland. Great serving. Kind of come back to him here.
Better that time from Duda. That looks more like the Duda we know and love. Just smooth pass, smooth set, smooth high line.
Much calmer approach on that one, it felt like.
Tanya Huberli hitting into the double angle, getting a kill, going double angle.
We got the pickup on the double line defense earlier, so maybe trying its counterpart.
A little bit of trouble here for Duda, and she finds the line. What a swing that is from Duda.
That was well seen by you. Yeah, I think they're going to challenge because the line official signaled out, but it did look like it caught end line, right? It looks like Switzerland are that looks like it caught a fair amount of the end line, which makes the out call by the line judge a little confounding.
As we stay all squared at 19s. Excellent swing from Duda. Good serve down Huberli's line. It is trouble for Switzerland. It is big trouble for Switzerland. As Anna Patricia puts it away to bring a set point, the merry-go-round continues, this time for Brazil.
What a time for that serve, because Huberli has been so steady in her serve receive. Sneaking an extra bit of pace up the line.
Excellent set from Nina Brunner. Smooth side out from Tanya Huberli.
That is a good, crisp line shot.
Into overtime we go. 20 apiece. Can Brazil survive? Can they just hang on to a set they once had full control of? And that is a fortunate break for Brazil.
Ooh.
Now, Switzerland is going to argue that Anna Patricia is in the net, and it seemed that Anna Patricia was almost letting them know that she was in the net at the end of that play.
Yeah, let's see how this shakes out, the discussion between our officials. I mean, she was hanging on the net, but there it is.
Good call from the officials. And I think Anna Patricia owned up to it at the end of that because she just got back into serve receive.
Yeah, not any argument at all from Brazil on that overturn.
And so the lead swings back to Switzerland, 21-20 for our first match point. Switzerland trying to get back into their second straight medal round. Duda stays poised, 21-21 with an excellent angle swing.
That was a really good pass from Duda because that was a tough, deep, high float serve from Huberli. Duda handled it beautifully.
Excellent pass from Brunner. Set is just a bit inside. Duda with the one-handed stab dig, and then the reverse layup pokey from Patricia for the kill.
What is happening? I mean, just the one-arm spear on a cannon from Brunner.
Just wide goes Patricia on a Brazil set point, their second, 22-22. Who can hang on to the merry-go-round?
This is like a Willy Wonka's chocolate factory merry-go-round where it's just picking up pace. Clutching
I like
the reins to hang on.
Line blocks are the call from Tanya. Oh, what a break that was from Brunner. It's just going to be a free ball. No free ball coming back in. A good touch from Nina Brunner and a good break for Brazil.
Yeah, the shriek there from Tanya. She was a little disappointed she didn't get that up for her partner to get back over. Just barely missing the contact there.
Brazil will now have a third set point. Now, if there were ever a good time for an ace, now is the one. And right on cue, Duda Lisboa, the dreaded dimple dribbler for the set. Brazil survives 24-22. I did not think when they were up 16-10 I would use the word survive to describe them winning that set, but that's exactly what happened. 24-22. Wild match we have here, Rich.
Yeah, this is unbelievable because it was, you said it, down 16-10 were Switzerland, and then they switched up 18-17 shortly thereafter. But, yeah, Brazil surviving to make it to a third set. Now it's anybody's ball game because, I mean, you love how Switzerland have played the entirety of this match, but it feels like Brazil maybe a little bit reinvigorated here.
11 aces, 25 total errors, and 7 blocks. Those are not typical numbers that you see in a beach volleyball match. It is at once brilliant and a bit sloppy at the same time.
Sloppy brilliance, Travis.
Trademark that term.
Make the t-shirts.
We're coming out for this third set. We mentioned momentum quite a bit in our previous match. Who has the momentum at the moment? Because Switzerland was down 16-10. The fact that it went 24-22 is a credit to them, but Brazil survived. Who's coming into this third set feeling better?
Yeah, unfortunately, if you're Switzerland, I think it's Brazil. That trickle ace, kind of that exhale that you can let out, having faced a match point or two that Switzerland had and fought them off, and then pushing it to a third. You know, I'd have to think that Brazil have a little bit of the momentum on their side, but I mean, Switzerland have proven to be the steadier of the two teams in this match.
Back-to-back service errors continues the trend of sloppy brilliance, and not quite the 12th ace of the match, but it's going to be a big opportunity for Nina Brunner. Open net on 2, and she finishes it.
Yahtzee, Travis.
Yahtzee! More trouble in serve receive for Brazil. That has been their biggest struggle point in this match. Better pass this time from Duda. And Duda again using the equipment to her favor.
Yeah, that starts to get old if you're Switzerland. Get your opponent in good position, a little compromised. and then they wriggle out of it off the top of the tape.
Excellent serve from Anna Patricia. Well handled from Brunner. And what a play from Anna Patricia. It's chased down from Switzerland. Duda to take the lead. And Duda has it. Excellent defense from both sides as Brazil takes the lead at 3-2.
I mean, you said it. Was Anna Patricia falling on her back and spiking the ball at the same time in the middle of that rally?
And spiking it down?
Yeah.
She has to do the most things on a beach volleyball court that you can't teach. There's no official stat for that, but I got to give her the leader in the clubhouse. Of things you can't teach, Anna Patricia, by far the leader.
Yeah, nor can you replicate.
And the overset. And Duda catches Switzerland off guard. They knew that she had to go, and Duda makes it seem as if she's setting it and just drops it perfectly in front.
Yeah, little levity now the side of Duda, which is bad news if you're Switzerland.
And serve receive has been an issue for Brazil. Now it is an issue for Switzerland as the overpass leads to a net, leads to a 5-2 Brazil lead, leads to a timeout Switzerland. And you mentioned, Rich, that momentum seemed to have shifted the way of Brazil. And it seems to continue going that way early in this third set.
Yeah, I just think anytime you face match points or, you give up big leads like we saw Brazil do both of those things in set number 2, and then you wiggle your way out of it, there's just this sense of relief that kind of rolls its way into a little bit of momentum on your side.
A little bit of house money, it feels like, for Brazil, that the second set they had let completely get out of their control, and then they survive. And you mentioned the levity from Duda, that little smile that she had after chatting with the ref after her boop over for the kill. It's good to see Duda smiling like that, and it is a bad sign for Switzerland as Duda seemed just a bit out of sorts this entire match, and she seems fully mentally checked back in.
Yeah. The governor called right as they were about to pull the switch, and then get a second lease on life, and that is big from Anna Patricia.
No cover available on that one. Anna Patricia. Now, for all of Brazil's struggles, Anna Patricia has been her usual self at the net. She's just been sort of frozen out of this one. That's a big move into the angle. Her third block of the match, followed up by a missed serve. Strange that she would go right at Brunner after getting that block on Huberli.
Yeah, it is interesting. I mean, they got the block, but the play before was kind of a missed reception from Brunner. So they've just been going back and forth, it would seem.
Brunner opportunity to cut the lead to 2. There's the chest pass from Anna Patricia, patented. And it'll be Duda with an opportunity in transition to save the side out, and she has it. Huge swing from Duda. And again, Anna Patricia, can you teach it? No. Does she do it? Yes, with regularity.
Yeah. I mean, had the right fist out there just for, I don't know, cosmetic purposes maybe.
Duda bringing down the hammer in transition to keep the lead at 4 for Brazil. Oh, what a dig that is from Duda. And just sending that one wide. That is a big, big break for Switzerland.
Yeah, huge break because 8-3 starts to feel insurmountable. 7-4, especially, they've wiped out leads already a couple times in this match. So keep their head kind of in that space that they've done it before. Let's just do it one more time.
Nice touch. Good change of direction from Brunner. Unable to get it back up. That's one of the most difficult plays to make, I think, as a defender, is when you're running line and you have to redirect your motion to go back to get the soft block.
Yeah, that's where all the off the court work comes into play, right? With strength and conditioning, just the power and the agility and the mobility to make those changes of direction.
No lead has been safe in this match thus far. 8-5 seems comfortable, but 16-10 also did in the second set. Switzerland has been good for runs in every set. They haven't made theirs yet in the third. The question is it coming? And Anna Patricia says not just yet.
Yeah, I find that a little bit interesting that they went to Anna Patricia there.
Testing AP. She passes the test. Pass a bit tight for Brunner. It'll be Duda. Another opportunity. And another one not taken. Huge block from Tanya Huberli to save the side out.
That's back-to-back scoring opportunities for Brazil that Switzerland have evaded. One with the hitting mistake, and that time with a great block from Tanya.
And in the first set, we mentioned the lack of defensive opportunities for Brazil. Now, Duda's getting her chances. She just isn't quite capitalizing. And this set could be pretty much done and dusted had the transition opportunities been capitalized on. So Switzerland, they're hanging on in this third set. Really nice set from Nina Brunner. And another dig from Anna Patricia. And the big put away in transition from AP.
Yeah, Anna Patricia going full Denzel in this one, the equalizer. She's been steady for her squad and really kept them in this match.
She'd make a fair defender. Every time she gets stuck back there, I'm somewhat confident that she's going to make a play. And Duda, tremendous hands. And Brunner to save the side out. It'll be another open net swing for Nina Brunner, and she sends it long. A huge break for Brazil.
I think they're going to challenge, but that did look like it got a little wind under it, didn't it?
I had it long. Granted, we didn't have a great look at the end line, and these are where these shadows can be pretty trippy for the team on the other side because it's difficult to see where the ball lands. But Anna Patricia doesn't bother getting back up to the net, and Brunner just tries to smoke it. Ends up going too long, gifting Brazil a point they didn't need, but they will surely take.
Yeah, so we saw Switzerland sort of evade a couple, then they give one back right there with that hitting mistake.
Smooth side out that time from Nina Brunner. Excellent out-of-system set from Tanya Huberli. And if Switzerland is going to make a run, now would be an appropriate time to do so.
Yeah, time is running short if you're going to put something together. No time like the present, Switzerland.
Service pressure is what got them that commanding win in the first set. Service pressure, what led them back in the second. It has been a miss in the third. Nina Brunner amps up the risk and gives Brazil a freebie. And they'll take one right back as we switch sides. Switzerland trailing 8-12.
Yeah, that's kind of the rub a little bit, right? As you mentioned, this service pressure so pivotal to what led them to that great win in the first set, and it's what they need to have if they hope to climb back here in the third. But you know, you have to take that risk and hope that it pays off.
Duda's passing has been much improved from that first set, as has her side out, and a little bit of yell there from Duda. Good to see some emotion back here from Duda Lisboa.
And this is kind of, you know, one of the hallmarks of great teams is when they can find ways to win when they don't have their best. And certainly this is far from the best that we've seen from Duda. And if Brazil managed to get a win in this one, they will be pleased considering how they played overall.
How good are you on your bad days is an excellent measure of a team's greatness, and this has been an impressive display from Brazil as that serve from Brunner is just tantalizingly close, and that's the way that this match is going to feel for them, just half an inch wide, as Brazil now has 5 match points should they need them, marching into the semifinals here in Ostrava. Brunner, open net. This one inbounds, that deep 6 right along the shadow line, bringing us to 10-14.
feel like there's just a little bit of a sense of deflation on the Swiss side, that they've done so many things so very well in this match, and it's likely to come up just short.
And Duda Lisboa and Patricia Silva, they survive. They survive